Welcome to Moments with Marianne. This is your host, Marianne Pastana. And we're here today with special guest, Tom Paladino, who's here to share with us scalar energy and the new research behind it. So is it possible to be healed with the energy of the universe? Well, today Tom's here to share with us just that. Tom Paladino is a holistic medical expert, scalar energy researcher, and a humanitarian. Tom theorized that all energy in the universe initiates as scalar energy, and that the sun of our solar system and the stars of our universe are points of origin, the storehouses for scalar energy. He further theorized that scalar energy is instructive energy, as the entire universe is instructed by this divine essence. Subsequently, all spiritual, cognitive, emotional, and physical action in the universe is initiated and maintained by scalar energy instruction. Scalar energy provides order in the universe. So let's welcome to the show, Tom Paladino.
Thank you for the invitation. It's an honor to be here.
What an honor it is to have you here and to talk about your work. My goodness. I was so impressed with this. I knew we needed to talk. So I guess we start with the beginning. What is scalar energy?
We're going to speak about the energy of the sun and the stars. Scalar energy is the initial energy of the cosmos. The sun and the stars broadcast that energy. So this is a new science. It's not electricity. It's the new science in which we can capture the energy of the sun.
Now, for a lot of people, they're thinking, oh my goodness, we could capture the energy of the sun and use that in different ways. I think that there's been some research on this in the past, but maybe it's been forgotten.
You're right. Nikola Tesla was a great scientist. He was experimenting with scalar energy devices. I have a scalar energy device behind me. And the long and short of it is this is a new way of power generation. It's a new way of utilizing energy. Again, it's not electricity. It's a different type of energy. So with that in mind, I think this is going to prove to be the answer for our energy crisis moving forward.
When we talk about how it relates to healing, how does that work together?
So if we look at the universe, we see that there's a fundament, which is energy. Energy, light is the moving principle, is the animating force. So when I'm working with energy, that also is the animating force of a person or an animal or a plant for that matter. Now, what's unique about my work is working with scalar energy. I don't work with people. I work with force fields. Let me explain. I'm going to hold up my photograph. I work with people by way of their photograph, which has an energy field or a force field attached to it. So I send energy into the energy force field or the signature force field of a person. But this is not a biological process, it's an energetic process. And the photograph represents the person, or the photograph is the bilocated version of a person. So we now understand that energy can be found on a photograph and can be accessed by way of a scalar energy instrument.
Well, and I think for some people that wouldn't be so unique, considering that when we're made up of energy. That's something that we've been talking about for a while. Everything's made up of energy. So to look at how we're healing in a new way, I mean, how just empowering is that to be able to start looking at healing this way?
That's a good point. So when we're working with energy, we can get down to the, if you will, the cause. That's so important. Energy allows us to access the cause, the disease signature. Now, let me explain. If I were to place my photograph inside this scalar energy instrument, my photograph now would absorb that energy. My aura or my spirit would absorb that energy. This instrument is so strong, it can interface with that force field, with my photographic force field. Let me demonstrate just how powerful that is. If I were to hold a light bulb in my hand and pass it by this instrument, the instrument will illuminate the light bulb. That's how strong this free energy instrument is. So this is an indication that there's so much energy coming off this instrument, it can illuminate a light bulb in my hand. Now, if that's the case, my aura or my force field is illuminated likewise with that energy. So again, this is not a biological process. This is an energetic process in which we work with the energy field or the energy signature of a person. This is a new science, and it offers mankind great promise.
And for our listeners that aren't able to visually see this, so Tom held a light bulb in a plastic container up against his scalar device, and it lit up. It lit up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
So, and this is very exciting because it sounds very much along the lines of what Tesla was doing when he was making his light bulbs work in Colorado Springs. So it's exciting to hear that this kind of energy is available to us again.
That's what I'll elaborate upon that. Tesla had a tower in Colorado Springs, and he was able to illuminate light bulbs that he planted in the ground, freestanding light bulbs with a scalar energy tower. Well, likewise, I do that with my instrument, and this would be more or less a chakra balancing. If I take my photograph and I'm subjected to this energy, look at all that white light going into my brain waves or into my chakras. Once again, this instrument is so strong, it can illuminate a light bulb. Well, again, that energy is akin to the amount of scalar energy entering into my aura or my spirit or my, what some people might call consciousness. So we've discovered a new science now. We're following up with the work with Tesla, in which energy, non-physical information, is sent into the aura, into the body.
I'm just blown away by that. My goodness, how exciting is that? Now, what even got you interested in this line of work? Because I mean, it's so specified.
It is specified. 50 years ago, I started to read the work of Nikola Tesla, and I understood that later in his life, he was working with scalar energy, what he called radiant energy. And Tesla would frequently allude to the sun and how he could tap into the energy of the sun. Well, I've done that. I've duplicated his work. This is a miniature sun. I have, if you will, duplicated Tesla's work. These are miniature stars or miniature suns. And in so doing, we access a new dimension, another dimension outside of electromagnetic energy. The key is that this is a far superior energy to that of electricity. That scalar energy is corrective, it's instructive, it's really, I believe, a divine energy. And in so doing, it can enhance our well being. The healing is in the energy. I don't claim to be a healer. The healing is in the energy itself.
So, do you have the lights in your house running off this device?
I've tried that, but see, my home is, or any home, is on the electrical grid. So what do I purport? That we need a new grid system now, where we can do away with telephone wires, we can do away with satellites, we can do away with substations. We simply harness the ambient energy in the atmosphere. Mind you, there is no power plant for this instrument. The energy that I derive is from the sun and the stars. So consider what I'm saying, Marianne. I simply harness star energy. I don't have to create a power plant. I don't have to dig for coal. I don't have to mine for coal or ore or oil. I don't need a nuclear reactor. I don't need a wind farm. I simply harness the free energy of the universe.
Now, how long did it take for you to develop the device that you're working with today?
I am not the originator. A man by the name of Galen Hieronymus developed these instruments. He actually secured a U.S. and a Canadian patent on these instruments back in 1949. But since then, nobody has shown any interest in his work. I've duplicated his work in many respects. I continue on with the work of Galen Hieronymus, an American inventor. In total, I've been at this now for 50 years. This has been my life work. What I'm trying to introduce to humanity is a new way of living. Not only is this a new energy source, a new, free, clean source of energy, but this will change the economic order. This type of invention will change the way we look at industry, the way we look at health, the way we look at the economic order.
So, how long have you been doing research with this type of work?
In practice now for 30 years. I've been working with a Hieronymus instrument or the instruments that I have derived therefrom for 30 years now. So I have had hands-on experience for 30 years working with this energy.
And what type of background do you have before you started even getting into this? Because I know a lot of times people who are engineers or have certain fields, they get really interested in this type of work.
I studied physics. I was always enthralled with physics. But the physics that I wanted to concentrate on was scalar physics, not electromagnetic. So I had to cut short my academic career and start a private study. It's all groundbreaking research. So I would say physics is has been my background, but to only a certain extent because you really have to go on it alone if you're going to develop some type of groundbreaking technique.
The equipment I understand that you use today is unique to you.
That's correct. Everything I've done is unique to this laboratory. I'll quickly pan over and show the audience one of the instruments here. These are unique instruments. That's correct. Um, I have been able to, if you will, revamp and improve upon the work of my predecessor, a man by the name of Galen Hieronymus. And in so doing, I have unique results. I have incredible results, but that's only made possible by these type of engineered instruments. The key is in the engineering of this type of instrumentation. The energy must be captured, must be harnessed from the sun and the stars. That's the key. Once you're working in a scalar energy dimension, it's a new rule book. It's a new branch of physics.
Have any of the predecessors ever used this energy for, let's say, like flying cars or anything like that?
There was a man by the name of Viktor Grebennikov. Grebennikov developed a scalar energy platform in which he could hover. He could actually levitate. And he purportedly said that he could accelerate to the tune of 800, 900 miles per hour. So that was his application of scalar energy to negate gravity. Gravity is caused by scalar energy. And in so doing, Grebennikov demonstrated that this system of anti-gravity, not relying on propulsion, but rather manipulating gravity, was the way to travel. Frankly, Tesla also alluded to that. We should have anti-gravity flying instruments, if you will, within the next 10 years.
Oh, that would be exciting. I know they're looking at that right now, but the ones I've seen are more along the lines of drones. They make a lot of noise. They seem a little unstable.
Uh, this has anti-gravity instruments do not use propellers. They have no propulsion system. You're literally manipulating gravity. And once you manipulate gravity, that's where you get your lift or anti-gravity phenomenon, and that's where you can actually manipulate gravity to travel at a high speed. Again, this is a new physics book. We're working with a new branch of physics that is quite different from that of the electromagnetic branch.
How can this help people just worldwide?
Good point. Today, early in my laboratory, I was working with 500,000 photographs. Photographs can be miniaturized, placed on a collage. So you can work with one photograph at a time, or you can work with millions of photographs. To consider that this instrument transcends time and space because we're working with a photograph. The person does not have to be present because we're working with our aura, what some people call their bilocated version, or some people call their spirit or their consciousness. Working on that energetic plane, there's no physical construct, there is no physical barrier. This is non physical information in which we can work with millions of people a day by way of their photograph. So, what does that translate to? That translates to a global healing mission energetically through a force field. It's not biological. We can work with millions of people through their force field on a photograph. Now, let me give the audience a for instance. We're having this conversation right now by way of a video chat. For those of you who can see the audio, this is a video chat. Well, obviously, I'm not in Marianne's computer. Marianne is not in my computer. We're, if you will, sharing an image. Well, likewise, with my instrument, I can share my image. But with a scalar energy instrument, not only can I share an image like a TV or a video recording, but I can pick up on the energy of the image. Now, this is the new science in which we not only share images by way of TV or video, we can ascertain, if you will, a disease pattern on an image.
That is remarkable to be able to pull that. So everybody's energy signature is very unique to them, like our fingerprints.
That's correct. That's correct. My photograph will only serve to identify my force field. I'm holding up a collage of 25 people. Their image, their force field is specific, peculiar to their force field. I could literally place in this instrument 2 million photographs, and this divine energy could pinpoint each individual by their force field. This is, if you will, the perfect grid system. Bear in mind, I don't use satellites. I don't use relay stations. I don't have need for a transformer or a cell phone tower. The universe is the grid system. So what am I mentioning to your audience? Not only do we have free energy from the sun and the stars, but you do not have to build a grid system. The grid system pre-exists as the universe.
When we look at just using this from a worldwide standpoint, I mean, we talk about healing, we talk about energy. Are there other applications that this could be used for?
All of my work is by way of photographs. So a photograph captures the essence or captures the signature. I'm going to hold up a photograph. This is a magnified photograph of the Epstein-Barr virus. If I wanted to identify the Epstein-Barr virus in my aura or in my force field, I would literally take this photograph of Epstein-Barr and place it side by side my photograph. So what do I have? I have two photographs. One photograph of the Epstein-Barr virus. That virus causes mononucleosis. And I match it up, or I allow it to communicate with my photograph. Now, keep in mind, all of my work is non-physical instruction. So the instructions for Epstein-Barr enter into my force field. And if I have Epstein-Barr as a signature in my force field, this instrument will eradicate the signal or will disassemble the molecular bonds of Epstein-Barr. Again, it's all non-physical instruction. Sending the instructions of Epstein-Barr into my force field, I look for Epstein-Barr in my quantum field, in my energy field. If I find Epstein-Barr, this instrument will negate the molecular bonds, will bring to a state of chaos Epstein-Barr, and in so doing, the force field, the energy field for Epstein-Barr ceases to exist. I break apart the Epstein-Barr virus. That is the simple, straightforward, easy, safe way to identify a virus and eliminate it, eradicate it.
I understand you have case studies as well that you've been doing with this work.
That's correct. We've been working with people around the world. I'm going to hold up really quickly a test result. This is a test result of somebody who identified with the herpes virus. This is a PCR test result. Now, this individual had the herpes virus for years. After this individual submitted their photograph to us, they had two follow-up PCR tests. And each PCR test is non-detectable, no detectable viral load. So the audience, the people now are sharing their testimonies with us, in which people say, prior to the scalar energy sessions, I had the symptoms of herpes. After the scalar energy sessions, I no longer have a viral load for herpes. And their PCR tests, if you will, demonstrate that. Now, that's the beginning body of evidence through testimonies. Now, bear in mind, this is a new science, and all we have to rely upon are the testimonies of people. There's no way anybody can duplicate my work thus far to prove or disprove my work. My work is unique. Nobody's been able to duplicate it. So I have to rely upon test results of people or testimonies in which people say that they feel better.
And I understand you have no problem getting those.
Whatsoever. People are quite frank. They're happy that they're no longer in pain or have discomfort. And the people speak. It's not my opinion. The people share these test results with me, in which they state, I feel great. I don't have symptoms of the herpes virus or some other type of bacterial or fungal infection, if you will. And they follow up with a written testimony. Some people actually follow up with a PCR, a polymerase chain reaction test result. All of that speaks volumes for our work, but that must be also filtered. That also must be interpreted as to what we're doing. As a new science, this will take a great deal of introspection, if you will.
So for the people out there that are looking at this going, okay, well, I don't know this, they're kind of critical about this. What would you say to them?
I don't blame you for being critical. It's never been done before. Nobody's ever duplicated my results. I'm a pioneer at this. So the best way, if you want to test this, anybody in the world can visit our website. You can sign up. You can send us your photograph. We'll work with you for free for 15 days. We offer everybody in the world 15 days of free sessions. All you do is send us a bus shot. Just need your face. We need some part of your face to photograph. And in so doing, you can also upload photographs of your children or others if you have their permission. And I would also encourage you, send photographs of your pets, a dog or a cat, and watch how your dog or cat responds to these sessions. It's entirely up to you. So with the 15 days of free sessions, people say, well, I'll take you up on it. And then we allow people to make the judgment. Again, as a new science, this has never again been duplicated. We have to rely upon a grassroots effort. The people have to judge us for the time being.
So you mentioned animals. Do you have any stories you could share with us that you've used this with animals on?
Many people have sent me photographs. A couple months ago, I was treating a tortoise, a turtle. The turtle had a fungal infection. The tortoise is doing just fine now. 2 or 3 years ago, people were sending us photographs from an elephant in Asia that had a viral disease. After we took that photograph of the elephant, we placed it inside the instrument. The elephant is feeling better. The elephant no longer has that viral infection. We work with people around the world once again, and they send us photographs of dogs and cats. Many people say that their dog or cat has a zest for life now. And after working with their animal, performing this type of chakra balancing with their animal and being able to eradicate so many parasites, that the animal is much friskier. The animal, the appetite of the pet has returned. So all of this is the beginning body of evidence. You can't fool a dog or cat. Obviously, there's no placebo effect there. A dog or cat does not realize that they're being treated with scalar energy by way of their photograph. So there's merit to this work, to the fact that even animals see an improvement in their well-being.
That is remarkable. And I just am floored by the work that you're doing and how it's helping so many people. What are some of the common things you hear about that people are working through or overcoming with this type of work?
So I must say that what I've developed is going to prove to be the answer for pathogenic disease. The reason I say that is, once again, going back to my example, if I can photograph a pathogen, I can eliminate its intelligence or bring that pathogen to a state of chaos. So to put that into action, I have thousands of photographs, hundreds of thousands of photographs of pathogens. And in 1 hour, I can perform what I call a pathogenic cleanse, in which I remove those energy fields for pathogens. So in a short period of time, I can cleanse somebody, their aura or their force field, of those harmful pathogens by reducing those pathogens to a state of chaos. Now, fast forward, what does that mean? Well, people then say that their health improves. Many people say, again, that they no longer have a viral load, whether it's Epstein-Barr or herpes, or they no longer have some type of bacterial infection. It will take some time for this to gain hold and for people to see the connection with my work and an improvement in their well-being. Because how can I prove that a photograph can connect to a person? Well, that's going to be very difficult. The only way I can prove this is that energetically your photograph is enhanced by this instrument. To put this into context, as a new science, the testimonies prove our work. People are happy with our results. This instrument has yet to be duplicated, hence nobody's duplicated my results. But for the time being, I have to rely upon the testimonies of people moving forward.
How has this impacted your health during this journey?
I have excellent health. I'm 63 years of age. I really don't have any health complications. I would say other family members that I'm working with, they have excellent health also. I work with myself every day energetically now with these instruments. This, I believe, scalar energy has given me longevity, has prolonged my life. I enjoy a quality of life. My lifestyle, my health is excellent.
It must be so amazing to be in that energy on a daily basis. I can imagine as you're working with this machine that you're getting some type of positive residual as well.
There is. You're absolutely right. Right now in my laboratory, I have 10 instruments on. This laboratory is filled with scalar energy. I feel it. It's quite palpable. I feel this instrument behind me. I feel the energy on my right shoulder as I'm speaking to you. So my laboratory is, if you will, a sea of scalar energy, and it has its health benefits.
So I understand you have a free 15-day opportunity for people to be involved in this. How do people get started?
Make it very easy. Visit the website, scalarlight.com. All you have to do, it's on the homepage, is find the 15-day free trial and upload your photograph. That's it. Now, when you upload your photograph, we do the work. Do not change your lifestyle. You do not have to change anything. Scalar energy works hand in hand with any type of lifestyle, with any type of diet, etc. Once again, working with this type of energy that's non-physical. We do not act upon you in a physical sense. We act upon you in an informational sense. So with that in mind, you don't have to change your diet, which is physical. You don't have to change your medicine, which is a physical consequence. You don't have to change your sleep pattern. No, we're working with information. Scalarlight.com, SCALAR, scalarlight.com. That's our website. Visit the website. We have plenty of articles that explain what we're doing. When you're ready, just upload a photograph. All we need is your bust shot, your facial photograph.
Well, Tom, it's been such an honor to spend this time with you. Thank you for sharing scalar energy with us today.
Splendid. Thanks so much.
Visit Tom's website at scalarlight.com and sign up for your free 15-day trial and experience the new era of quantum healing. Well, on that note, we're going to pause here for a quick break, and we'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors.
Announcing a revolutionary tool for wellness. Scalar Light has the ability to enhance and harmonize your own bioenergies. With Scalar Light, you can get started in just minutes and begin feeling better the very next day. Scalar Light is a remote energy that gently and subtly works with your own body's bioenergies, increases pro-cellular wellness, and enhances your body's immunity.
Experience the benefits of Scalar Light. Try a complimentary 15-day experience at scalarlight.com.
Are you ready to celebrate World Wellness Weekend on September 15, 16, and 17? Well, we are. 6,000 venues in 147 countries are organizing fun and free activities for you to enjoy with your friends, your family, your colleagues. Look on wellmap.org, WELLMAP.
In your hands lie ancestral patterns. These patterns shape how you think, what you struggle with, and experiences you love, your life pattern. We're going into the latest neuroscience of biological hand analysis, a realm beyond palmistry where science and the soul entwine. Hand analysis is the latest method to transform lifelong patterns. I am Master Hand Analyst Brent Bruning. Join us and visit thepowerinyourhands.com.
Looking for a page turner? Cozy up to a fantasy adventure romance trilogy with The Girl in the Toile Wallpaper by Mary Kay Savarese. The second novel in the Star Writers trilogy, The Star Writers Club, is coming soon. Take the journey. Connect with Mary at www.maryksavarese.com. Her books are available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and all indie bookstores.
With Breath Hub, you'll experience the transformative power of breath as it harmonizes your body, mind, and spirit. Recommended by experts in fitness, sports, psychology, and medicine. Meet the scientific way of being well. Breath Hub. Breathe better, live better.
The book Terminal Cancer is a Misdiagnosis, authored by Danny Carroll, is on sale at Amazon now. Licensed psychologist and psychotherapist Tessa Antia-John-Guerra commented, "This is one of the most empowering books on the topic of cancer you will ever read." Award-winning author T.L. Needham commented, "This recommended book can be understood by anyone seeking answers, hope, and alternatives to a terminal diagnosis. Buy it now on Amazon.com.
Pandemonium. Fast forward 20 years. A U.S. president seizes control of all U.S. missiles, the power grid, the banking system, and every computer in America as he hides in an underground bunker. Pandemonium, a captivating sci-fi thriller where a hidden war, psychics, aliens, artificial intelligence, and transcendental love collide with the latest media technology. Pandemonium, live to all devices. Get your copy on paperback or digital. Free sample at getpsychic.org.
I'd like to thank Jason Eastwood at Guitarfulness for sharing his inspiring music and talent with us. His music is known worldwide for cultivating atmospheres of harmony, inner peace, and clarity. Visit Jason's website at guitarfulness.com. Join his newsletter, be part of his community, and download his music. Well, we're at the end of our time today. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. You've been listening to Moments with Marianne, where we make every moment count.
In a single moment, your life can change. Moments with Marianne is a transformative hour that covers an endless array of topics with the best of the best. Her guests are leaders in their fields, ranging from inspirational authors, top industry leaders, and business and spiritual entrepreneurs. Each guest is gifted and a true visionary, a recognized leader in her own work, and while teaching others to develop, refocus, and grow, Marianne will bring the best guest and sometimes a special surprise. Don't miss this. You never know just which moment will change your life forever. Make sure to tune in and visit momentswithmarianne.com for more information.